Bismillah. 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 Loud enough? Alhamdulillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Jazakumullah khair for coming. Inshallah, this is the resume the series of guiding stars. It's part of the family Halaqa. We're going to alternate with the brother Fawzi and brother Haytham, inshallah, on the different topics. Long time back, we started the first of this series. I'm sure that all of you forgot, so there's going to be some quiz to refresh your mind. Just easy. That we're going to have candy. Can I have all the kids back in here? Hussein, can I ask Tariq and all the kids to come over? To have candy even for adults as well. Okay? So, okay, the series is called Guiding Star, and basically it's role models, men and women around the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, early companions around Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it's called the Guiding Stars because we need to take them as guiding stars for our life. They role model different aspects. Reminder: participate means candy. So that's for everyone, inshallah. When you see this question mark on one slide, this means there are some questions, and they're likely to participate and help. Even if the answer is wrong, you're going to get candy as well. We need everyone to participate, right? Okay, why this series? To refresh the mind of why this series, again, we're talking about the companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are the best people, or best generation that dwelled earth after the prophets. They are, and we have been commanded to love the companions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also we have commanded to pray for mercy for them. Also, they are the inheritors of the Prophet knowledge. All the knowledge that we know right now, Quran, Sunnah, and everything came to us through the companions. No companions, no link, no knowledge, basically. Also, they are the teachers and the carriers of the deen, Quran and Sunnah, as we mentioned. And lastly, we are here to try to learn about them so that we can follow them and to take them as role models for our life, right? Or mentors, real mentors, right? We know that there are social media mentors, etc. There is, it's not as strong. Ashabi, can nujum ba'iyum ihtadaytum. I looked for that, it's not as strong. Yeah. Allahu a'lam. Okay, these are the references that are used. The two main references are Usdul Ghaba and Sir A'lam al-Nubala, and the others, and then Sahih al-Bukhari, and then the rest I take it from them to confirm the strength of the narration, and they're okay or not, right? And confirm some of the narrations. Okay, let's revise and some quiz. Okay, the series is all about interaction, quiz, and answers. Okay, basic definition. Who is a companion? Who can we define as a companion? So companion is, what's your name first? Faisal? Someone around the Prophet ﷺ and helping him. Who else? Who's a companion? Tariq. Trusted man. So any trusted person around Prophet ﷺ is a companion? Sir. Abu Bakr is one of the companions, but okay, sure, let's take this. But who can we call a companion? Companion is what? What's the definition of a companion? Brother Left. Okay, that's it? Abu Jahl saw Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hussein. A friend? Kind of. Who else? There's three conditions for a Sahaba. Brother Haisan. Good. So actually met the Prophet. Doesn't have to be see him because Abdullah ibn Maktoum was blind and he met the Prophet. So met the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his first condition, believed in him, And when he died on the state of Islam. Even, some scholars said that even if that during that time he left Islam and then came back, but the end of his life was in the state of Islam. Sorry. Okay, next question. We asked this question last time. Are all the companions on the same rank? Okay. Tarf. Yes or no first? Why? That's good. Good answer. Who else? More answers from the ladies as well as sisters and the girls. Are all the companions the same? Huh? No. What's your name? Okay. Why? Why are not all the companions the same? That's the correct answer. But why? Oh, it's here. Okay. Sure. Okay. What else? Other more answers? Huh? So I have different ranks. Okay. Good. Hussein? We're not talking about specific companions. We're talking about in general. Are all the companions the same rank? Brother in the back, sorry.
So the companions, some of them have different duties, and so that kind of differs. Some
Okay.
of them have higher duties, some of them have like
Duties and what else? Brother, brother Zahid.
They did more sacrifice. They worship more,
Uh-huh.
basically more pious, and they made more sacrifices for the deen and the Prophet.
Okay, brother.
They are not the same, depends on the contribution they did.
Contribution and what else? Not candy, but contribution, what else? Yeah. What's your name? Okay. Why there are different ranks? Different things, that's correct. Okay, good. That's all good answers. Now let's go into why they're different. So the Sahaba, the scholars, rank the companions in two different categories or two different ways. The first way is collectively, and we said that according to majority of the scholars. Said that the top of the companions are those who accepted Islam early enough, way early enough, at the beginning of Islam. Then the category of those who spent, meaning in their wealth and then etc., and then struggled before the Hudaybiyah treaty. Then the Muhajirin over Ansar. Okay, Muhajirin at higher rank than Ansar. The people who attended Badr are better than anyone else. The people who attended Uhud are better than those who did not attend Uhud and followed. And then who pledged allegiance under the treaty, Sulh Hudaybiyah or Bay'atul Ridwan, are higher ranked than the rest. Then there are some individuals that are better than others. For example, the 10 who given the glad tidings, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, alayhi to the list of the 10. The ladies of the house, the wives and daughters of Prophet ﷺ are better than the rest. And there are some specific companions who are giving the glad tidings. And last time we get some names, examples for them. So I don't want to go into more detail. But these are all good answers. Now remember that they have different ranks, right? Okay, what are the rights of the companions on us? Respect and love. Okay. Follow them. Okay, kind of. Are you sure? Can give it off. Sorry? Learn about them. It's not a right per se, but sure. What's the name? Make dua for them. This is a good answer. What else? This is one. There are two main rights per Quran. One of them is to make dua. The other one is Sir. Okay, cheating. Okay, Sir, what's that? Don't speak bad about them. Basically, have love them. And there the answers are given in Surah Al-Hashr. ترضي عنهم, it's dua for them, right? So in Surah Al-Hashr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in 3 consecutive ayahs. One ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described the muhajireen, right? Who migrated and left everything behind them and then spent and fought for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the next ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking about I forgot, sorry. Spoke about Al-Ansar, who supported them, welcomed them, and took them over. Then the third ayah is this. وَالَّذِينَ جَاءُوا بَعْدِهِمْ, those who came after them, after the Muhajirin and Ansar. Who are they? Every single person from the birth of time until the end of life or end of time. What do? يقولون, they say, رَبَّنَا اغْفِرْ لَنَا وَلِإِخْوَانِنَا الَّذِينَ سَبَقُونَا بِالْإِيمَانِ. They pray for forgiveness for ourselves and forgiveness for the companions, right? Or early companions. This is number one. And the second thing, وَلَا تَجْعَلْ فِي قُلُوبِنَا غِلًّا لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. And do not have or do not make grudge or hate in our heart toward them. So basically, 2 major things. To pray for forgiveness and mercy on them. And the second thing is to love them and do not hate them. Okay. In last time, in the first several weeks back before Ramadan, we started with the first star in our series. Did anyone remember who was he? Was he? Mus'ab ibn Umayr. It's good answer. And he was role modeling for what? Come on, you've taken half the thing, man. Talking about diet. He role modeled for something.
Knowledge. He was the one sent to Medina, right?
Yes, that's correct. Huh? Flag bearer, he was the teacher, and we said basically there was a role model for something. There was voting across who attended, and then we voted that he role model something. He was the ambassador, he was the first ambassador of Islam, that was his nickname. But who attended here at that time, we voted, we had a big list of attributes, and then everyone voted for something. Close to a teacher, close to a leader. Forgot. He was leadership and coaching. Why leadership and coaching? Flag bearer for in Ghazwat Badr, Ghazwat Uhud. He was in the front. He is the one who taught almost everyone in Medina the Quran about Islam, right? Remember, the first bay'ah were like few people, like 13 people or something. The next time when we went back to Prophet ﷺ, there were more than 70. And then they said that every single house in Medina, basically he went into it and taught them Quran and about Islam. Okay. Now going to the second part. Part 2. We're going to call him guiding stars now, please.
My guess is...
No, I didn't come yet. 1 second. Okay, let's come to the quiz. So today, the second part, and instead of talking about a person, we're going to start talking about a family, but we're going to take them in sequence. Today, we're going to only talk about the first person in the sequence, or the series, and then inshallah every time we'll finish them, inshallah. Okay, who are they? Okay, it's a family. We have the mother. She's from Muhajirin. Her son was one of the Ashara Mubashirin bil Jannah, one of the 10 that was given the glad tiding. And Prophet ﷺ said that he was one of my neighbors in Jannah. Then his wife, so the daughter-in-law of the mother, she was also a lady who was giving the glad tiding of Jannah. Then their son, the son and daughter, is also a companion, and he was a famous worshiper. So leave the end there. You can guess. Sisters, you have a mother, she's Muhajirin. Her son is a Muhajir, an early companion, and one of the given the glad tidings of Jannah. He's the neighbor of Prophet ﷺ in Jannah. In one hadith, Prophet ﷺ said that, so and so are my neighbors in Jannah. He mentioned 2 specifically. He's one of them. His wife is also giving the glad tidings of Jannah, and their son is a companion. So 3 generations of companions. Any guesses? Az-Zubayr ibn Awam. His mother is? His mother, ya Rajil. Safyah bint Abdulmotaleb. Asma bint Abi Bakr, his wife, and Abdullah ibn Zubayr. Okay, Jazakumullah khair. Good answer. We're talking about Urwa was not companion. We're talking about his companion. And we're talking about the second one, why inshallah. Reserve 2 because you guessed that. Okay. So the right answer, yes, Safyah bint Abdulmotaleb is the mother. Her son, Az-Zubair ibn Awam. His daughter, his wife, Asma bint Abi Bakr. And their son is Abdullah ibn Zubair radiallahu anhum jami'an. Okay, good. Okay, reminder again. When we started the seerah about, reminded everyone that the nature or life at that time is different from our life now. There was no countries, etc. in Arabia. They were all about different tribes, right? And we spoke about that the important tribe that we were really focusing on was Kinana, right? Our tribe of Kinana that lived on the Red Sea, right? Took all that part. And we say that who is Kinana? Spoke about who's Kinana last time. Kinana. Why specifically Kinana is important? One of the ancestors of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also, Ana min Kinana. Why? He was like a very famous ancestor of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Reminder again. This is the tree of lineage of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a hadith that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that this lineage from his, like Muhammad ibn Abdullah ibn Abdulmotaleb ibn Hashim ibn Abd Manaf ibn Qusay ibn Kilab ibn Murrah, all the way until Adnan, is an authentic tree of lineage. That every single name of them is authentic. Now, between Adnan and Ismail, Prophet ﷺ said that it's not completely authentic. So that lineage is very important. Now, the Arab at that time, now to understand, when we talk, for example, we talk about Quraysh, sometimes we talk about Banu Hashim, we talk about Banu Murrah, etc. What does it mean? For Muslims or for companions, the closest you are to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in the lineage, the higher the rank you are. And they take it, where is the link? For example, if someone, for example, a cousin of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ means that, first cousin, means that he meets with Prophet ﷺ through Abdulmotaleb. Right? So in this case, they are Banu Abdulmotaleb. So they are within the Banu Abdulmotaleb. If someone is linked through Hashim, so in this case, Banu Hashim. Right? If someone connects through Qusay, it is through Qusay. And then we have here Fihr. Fihr is Quraysh. So when you say Quraysh, the tribe of Quraysh, which actually have different tribes, different sub-tribes, is actually everyone that's connected through Fihr. His nickname was Quraysh, and then all his offsprings are called Quraysh. So all Mecca, when they say Quraysh, they're basically the offspring of Fihr. Then, okay? So the names that here I highlighted are for them, they were the elite of Arabia at that time. So Qusay was one of the biggest chiefs of Mecca. Actually, he regained the honor and leadership to the sons of Ismail, was taken from them. Here they're given back. Fihr Quraysh is a famous person, and then Kinana is mentioned also. He was a very famous leader. Okay, so now when we talk about the seerah, sometimes we're going to come to points that we'll talk about things that happened there. If you don't understand the way the Arabs used to live at that time, sometimes we misunderstood them. So you have to think about it from the perspective of how did they used to live in that time, not the way we live right now. Okay? Here. So Mecca would be here, down there. So Jeddah would be on the sea. Mecca will be inwards, and then Medina on the north. Right? Okay, now, so the first one in our series today, Safyah. Yeah. This is close to the era of Prophet Hassan. Yeah. See, this is the distribution. They're all biggest tribes, right? You have Kinana here, you have Atafan, you have Hawazin, you have Sulaym, Juhayna, Tayy, Bakr, Kilab, or Kalb. Right? Okay, so Sayyidah Safyah is the mother. She's the mother of our series today. Sayyidah Safyah, she is Safyah bint. Now pay attention here because some confusing things, and it's confusing by design because I need you to understand the linkage. So pay attention because you're going to get confused. I guarantee it. Sayyidah Safyah, she is Safyah bint Abdulmotaleb. Who is Abdulmotaleb? He is the direct grandfather of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So she is, from that link, she is what? His aunt, through that direction. Right? But her mother, the mother of Safyah bint Abdulmotaleb, her mother is Hala bint Wahb bint Abd Manaf bint Ibn Zuhra Ibn Kilab. Hala bint Wahb ibn Abd Manaf Ibn Zuhra Ibn Kilab. So her mother linked to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam through Kilab. But now this name, does it resonate with you? Hala bint Wahb ibn Abd Manaf ibn Zuhra ibn Kilab. Does this resonate? Amina bint Wahb. So her mother, the mother of Sayyidah Safiyya, is the sister of the mother of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So through his mother, she is his cousin. So she is his aunt through his father, and she is his cousin through her mother. Amina bint Wahb. Right? And remember, Sayyidah Amina, the mother of Prophet ﷺ, she was from Bani Zuhra. And Bani Zuhra actually, they are Qurashiyin. There are some books that say, okay, they are from Medina. They are not. They are from Quraysh. Bani Zuhra is from Quraysh. His akhwal, yeah, like basically akhwal, his father, the akhwal abih are from Medina. Okay, so, start here. Is it good? So, she is his aunt through his father, and through his mother, she is his cousin. Okay. Her son, Zubair ibn al-Awwam radiallahu anhu, he is Zubair ibn al-Awwam ibn Khuwaylid ibn Asad ibn Abdul Uzza ibn Qusay. So he is linked through his father lineage, linked to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam through Qusay. Okay? But again, listen to the name again. Does it resonate? Zubair ibn al-Awwam ibn Khuwaylid ibn Asad ibn Abdul Uzza ibn Qusay. Khadija bint Khuwaylid. So his father is the brother of a Sayyidah Khadija. Yes, Al-Awwam is the brother of Sayyidah Khadija. So he's also linked to Prophet ﷺ through Sayyidah Khadija. Is actually Sayyidah Khadija was his aunt. Okay?
Linkage has to be always to the father, but I see some, or is it not?
No, links is usually through the father, but also you have the family connections also through the mother. What I'm saying, what's the relationship, right? So he is, of course, Zubair ibn Awam, he is the cousin of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam through his mother.
So he is connected to a first Abdulmotaleb, right?
No, through his father, from his father's side, he is connected to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam through Qusay. But his relative, the closest relationship between him and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is through his mother, Sayyidah Safiyya. Right? So he is Ibn Ammatihi. Right? Okay? Okay. Sayyidah Amina, or Amina, Sayyidah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she is min Banu Zuhra. And Banu Zuhra is min Quraysh. They're Qurashiyin. All Quraysh is Fihr. Everything under Fihr is Quraysh. Yeah, she's connected through Kilab. Yes, what's the problem there? Kilab is still from Quraysh. Right, but what's the... Which one are you talking about now? I told you they're going to be confusing. It's by design. Kilab. Qusay ibn Kilab. They are connected through Kilab, not Qusay. Qusay has different links. Kinana.
I think he's confused about Abdul Manaf. This is different than Abdul
Oh, no, there are two different Abdul Nafs.
The spelling of this Kilala.
Oh, this is Kilab. Sorry, this is Taib. This is Kilab. This is this guy. This is my mistake. It's a Taib. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Actually, this is... In Book of Sirah, you're gonna find Banu Abd Manaf and also Banu Abdulmotaleb. There are the names were repeated. So Banu Abdulmotaleb say At-Talibiyin. At-Talibiyin doesn't mean that they are the sons of Abdulmotaleb ibn Hashim. It's they have to get you the links to know about it. I know it's a little bit confusing, but again, this Kilab here is this Kilab. So yes, Kilab had Qusay and Zuhra, and that's the link or that's the forking for him in this case. Okay? Okay. Now the wife of Az-Zubair ibn Awam is Asma bint Abdullah ibn Uthman ibn Amir ibn Amr ibn Ka'b ibn Sa'd ibn Taym ibn Murrah. Abdullah هو أبو بكر الصديق رضي الله عنه وعثمان اللي هو أبو قحافة, right? So basically, Sayyidah Asma, his wife, is connected to Prophet ﷺ through her husband, Zubair, who is the direct cousin, and also she's connected to Prophet ﷺ through Murrah. Okay? He's also Qurashi. Now, their son, Abdullah ibn Zubair, radiallahu anhu, he is the son of both Zubair and Asma, radiallahu anhu. So he is connected to Prophet ﷺ through multiple connections. Now, the closest connection is through his father, who is the cousin of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay? Is it confusing enough or not? Yes. Alhamdulillah. Okay, good. Okay. Some questions. How many uncles did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam have? How many uncles? 11? Okay, it's an answer. It's not. In some books of the Sirah, they actually have 11, but it's not the most accurate. But sorry, Sarah. No, your father is wrong. Nine. Actually, 9 is the right. Actually, 9 is the right answer. The most authentic number is 9. This is the cousins, not including his father. So his father, Abdulmotaleb has 10 sons. Okay. Can you name some of them? Or all of them? And who from them accepted Islam? Who from his cousins accepted Islam? So the name Hamza accepted, or yes or no? Yes. Abu Talib accepted or not? Not. Okay. Al-Abbas accepted or not? Yes. You have 3. Abu Lahab. Okay, good. What's his name? Abu Lahab? Yeah. Abdul Uzza. That's correct. Who said Abdul Uzza? MashaAllah. Good. Oh, you didn't take. Huh? Al-Harith. That's good. MashaAllah. Huh? Abu Jahl, no. It's not his. Huh? Dirar. Where did you get this man? Good, MashaAllah. Okay, it's good. You got enough calories for tonight. Huh? Abu Lahab. Yes, it was said. Abu Lahab, was he a believer or not? Abu Lahab. Why? Do you know the surah about that? Okay, some of the names that we know. Hamza, radiallahu anhu, Al-Abbas, and both of them accept Islam. Then Abu Talib, his real name is Abdul Manaf. I think there's a type here, Abdul Manaf. Then Az-Zubair, Al-Harith, Hajlan, Al-Muqawwim, Dirar, wa Abu Lahab, his name is Abdul Uzza. For sure we know that Hamza and Al-Abbas, they accepted Islam. And for sure we know that Abu Talib and Abu Lahab did not accept Islam. And for sure we know that Abu Lahab is in hellfire, because we're told about that in the Quran. That's why he's in red. The others were not mentioned, but most probably did not accept Islam. Now keep this in mind, because it's going to be a point of discussion in a second. Okay, how many aunts does Prophet ﷺ have? Guess number. 5. Close. Okay. 4. Close. You said 4. It's 2 way off. Okay, 6. Can you get the rest of the kids from outside? Okay, can you name some of them? Khawla. Okay, it's good participation. I didn't mention the names yet. Okay, Hawla, and how else were named? Safyah, of course, we mentioned Safyah today's star. Some names are hard a little bit. No. They're going to be tricky. So, Sayyidah Safyah radiallahu anha, Atika, Arwa, Hakim, Umayyah, wa Barra. Sayyidah Safyah, for sure we know that she accepted Islam. According to the seerah, there are a lot of questions about Atika wa Arwa. They said maybe. There is more maybe for Arwa than Atika, but again, both of them, they are not confirmed. But for sure we know that Sayyidah Safyah accepted Islam, and the rest, we don't know that they did. Okay. Now, it's a point of discussion. I need everyone for you to think about it and give me your thoughts. When you look here, the names that's here and names that are here. These are the direct uncles of Prophet Muhammad lived with him all his life before Ba'atha and some part of his life. Direct aunts of Prophet Muhammad. Some of them accepted Islam, some of them did not. What can we learn from that? Or can we reflect on this? Yeah, we do not guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not Prophet Muhammad. And what else? It's more thought. Hussein, you have something to share? Yeah? جزاك الله خير من يهدي الله فلا مضل له. What else? Yeah. Which one you like? Take one. Good. So it's important. Let's think about this. If you look at this list specifically for the uncles, okay, and if you apply pure logic, who should be the first believer in Prophet Muhammad? Abu Talib. Why? Right? Yeah. He's his second father. Prophet Muhammad never saw his father. Abdullah, father of Muhammad, died when he was still in his mother womb. His real father was his grandfather, right? Abdulmotaleb. And then he lived with him, or at least he died when he was about between 5 to 6 years old. And actually, there was a narration. It's not that strong, but there was a narration that actually mentioned that Prophet ﷺ, when his grandfather died, he was very, very kind to him, very nice. He used to take him beside him. Even his uncles are there. He used to take Prophet ﷺ and beside him. The narration said that when Abdulmotaleb died, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was seen crying behind his bed out of love and compassion to him. And he felt really that he is orphan at that time. Abu Talib is the one who took him. He had too many sons. He had like maybe 10 sons and 10 daughters, and he was very poor. He took the chief position after his father, but yet he was very poor. He had the honor, but he was poor. Yet he took Prophet ﷺ, he raised him, he loved him very much, he was very super kind to him. And he lived with him all his life. Even when Prophet ﷺ was giving when Prophet ﷺ went to marry Sayyidah Khadija, he was with him, he supported him. When Prophet ﷺ switched his career from being a shepherd to a trader, it was his uncle with him that took him and then teach him that. When Prophet ﷺ was given the Risala, his biggest supporter was Abdulmotaleb, was Abu Talib, right? He defended him when the mushrikeen seized the Prophet ﷺ and the believers. Abu Talib took the whole tribe with him, and then they stayed in the siege for 3 years. It's what he was not Muslim. Prophet ﷺ said that he didn't, or the scholar said that while Abu Talib and Sayyidah Khadija were alive, Prophet ﷺ was not humiliated in Quraysh. It was after the death of his uncle that he felt that he's alone, and one of his supporters died, and he started being attacked. So if you think with just pure logic, the contribution of Abu Talib, just pure logic, I'm not talking about the image of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Abu Talib had more contribution to Islam than some of the Sahaba and most of us. Yet he did not accept Islam and he died as a mushrik. It's a clear and it's a scary message that we really take it to heart, right? That it's not, sometimes we do things or we think that we are better than others, but at the end of the day, it's the guidance is in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the acceptance of the amal and acceptance of the iman is by the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not according to our logic and our thinking. It's not 1 + 1 at that point. Sorry.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
I was reading from Dr. Safyah. He said that the least tribe that had the tribe that has the least number of people who entered Islam at the beginning was Banu Hashim.
Yes, kind of, yes. Kind of, that's correct. That's correct. And this is actually the reason we have the lineage tree is to show how. There's some of them from Banu Hashim, but the majority of the beginner, at least the first 10 or 20, they were not from Banu Hashim. But Sayyidina Ali is one from Banu Hashim, right? It's like direct cousin, right? Okay, now let's talk about the mother. Today we only talk about the mother. I'm going to make it light, inshallah. We're going to finish soon, inshallah. Then next time we can continue with Sayyidina Zubair. Okay, the mother, Sayyida Safyah radiallahu anha, she was born in Mecca, clearly. Actually, her age was almost about the same age of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She died 10 years after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's death, and she was 73 years old when she died. So she was almost the same age. Okay? She is the full sister of Hamza radiallahu anhu. Abdulmotaleb had many wives. Sayyida Safyah and Sayyidina Hamza were the full brothers, like full siblings, right, through the mother. And Sayyidina Hamza was about 2 years older than Prophet Muhammad, 2 or 3 years. And Al-Abbas was also about 2 years older than Prophet Muhammad. So there's maybe link here that they accepted Islam because they were close to Prophet in age compared to the others who were very old. Okay. First, she married someone called Al-Harith. Again, look to this, the links, also a question here. Al-Harith ibn Harb ibn Umayyah. That was her first husband and then died. Al-Harith ibn Harb ibn Umayyah. Does this name resonate? He's been Banu Umayyah, but Al-Harith ibn Harb
Is the brother of Abu Sufyan.
the brother of Abu Sufyan. Yes. So first her first husband was the brother of Abu Sufyan, and then he died. Sorry. Without actually she had sons from him. Then after his death, she was married the Al-Awam ibn Khuwaylid ibn Asad, اللي هو the father of Sayyidina Zubair ibn Al-Awam. She had sons. Now this narration here is confusing and it's not 100% correct, but for sure we know that Zubair is her son. Some narration said also she had Asib wa Abdul Kaaba, and some narration said that actually they were not her sons but are sons from different sons of Al-Awam from different wives. Anyway, important thing now, in history she was known to be very strict. She was very strict, very disciplined, and very tough woman. Very, very, very tough. And subhanAllah, when you come to the seerah of Sayyidina Zubair, when you come to his seerah, to feel that it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepare him through his mother for whatever he's doing. So everything, subhanAllah, has been lutfillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is latif. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yudabbiru al-amr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepares things with lutf. So you would come to Zubair, and a lot of his life was actually impacted by this line, that Sayyida Safyah radiallahu anha was tough and disciplined and was very, very strict, especially with him. After the death of her father, especially, she felt that he's orphan. She was afraid that he's going to be weak or got stray, so actually more strict on him. I think we are running out. Bismillah. So she was very, very tough on him. So one of the narrations that one of time she was very tough on Sayyidina Zubair radiallahu anh, and his uncle, one of the brothers of Al-Awwam, saw her very tough on him, and he said, why are you treating this way? This is not the way a mother treats her son. It's actually almost as if you're treating him like he's your enemy. And actually she was very fluent in Arabic. She was also a good poet. She automatically, right, crafted a quick lines of poetry to respond to him. And she said that من قال أبغضته فقد كذب وإنما أضربه لكي يلب ويهزم الجيش ويأتي بالسلب. She said that whoever claimed that I hate him, he's a liar. When I discipline him or hit him or being harsh on him, I do that so that his head becomes alert, he becomes like smart, becomes aware of what's going on. And when he does that, يهزم الجيش, and he would beat the enemies, defeat the enemies. Again, this is part of the life of Sayyidina Zubair, subhanAllah. And ويأتي بالسلب, and then comes back with the booty of war. She said that when he was a young kid, and then when you come to his seerah, you find that, subhanAllah, this is his life, right? Subhanallah. Okay, now her Islam, she accepted Islam early, right, among the early Muslims. But it was not 100% sure, was that as early as her son, for sure it was, yeah, most probably she did not accept Islam in the same time or as early as her son, as Zubair ibn Awam. Zubair accepted way before her. But the scholar said, okay, we're not sure if that's closer to her son or closer to her brother. Her brother is, just spoke about him, Hamza ibn Abdulmotaleb. So they were not sure if she accepted close or not, to a Zubair or not. She accepted early, and she also suffered with the early Muslims from Quraysh, the hardship and all the torture that went through. She is one of the early Muhajirin, for sure. You look at the list of the early the early Muslims who accepted Islam from Mecca. She is among that list, among maybe the first 70 or something. Okay, but her order exactly or rank is not completely known. Muhajir, yes. Good catch. Okay, you deserve M&M. Okay. Yes, and then it's also, her name is mentioned early enough when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this hadith in al-Bukhari, they said that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the command to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to start giving da'wah to his close relatives, this hadith, he mentioned some of the names of his close relatives. He called upon Al-Abbas ibn Abdulmotaleb, he called upon Safyah, and called upon his daughter Fatima. So basically, when he got the command to start with his own circle, she was one of these close circles that Prophet ﷺ started giving the da'wah to. Okay. Brother Fawzi mentioned her when he was covering the Ghazwat Uhud. He mentioned her specifically in the Ghazwat. I think it was last week. Does anyone remember? What did he say about her? Uh-huh. Yes, she went to see Hamza. Yes, this is one of the narration why she was going to, one of the she said she was going intentionally to see the body of her brother. Okay, and what else? Anything else about that? She followed the command of Prophet ﷺ. That's the direct command of Prophet ﷺ. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Yes, so actually in the Battle of Uhud, so at the beginning, or her mention is that during the Battle of Uhud, she was actually actively involved in the battle. Right? She was actually involved in the battle. And she was actually preparing the archer, the arrows for the archers. So she was active woman. She was like very strong, really engaged. Can I have to ask this question? She was also watering the troops, preparing, taking water and then giving water to the troops and then sharpening their arrows. Remember when the brother Fawzi mentioned what happened in Ghazwat Uhud, that initially the Muslims were victorious, and then the disbelievers retreated, right? And then what happened? The archers disobeyed the command of Prophet ﷺ. They went down to capture the booties of war. They left their spot and they went down. Then everything turned into chaos. From pure victory to the Muslims turned into chaos. Muslims now running around trying to hide, and then some of them went back to Medina, some of them were around the Prophet ﷺ. It's everything is chaos. Some of the narrations that say that when some of the Muslims were retreating and fleeing back to Medina, Sayyidah Safyah saw that, so she took an arrow and she started pushing the men back, go back and defend the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Again, tell you how strong and how influential she is. She was stopping them. Are you leaving Prophet Muhammad ﷺ alone and then fleeing like women? She stopped them, and then she took the arrow and actually she was going to fight. She was going to defend the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then is the narration that she was going to see or going toward the body of Hamza radiallahu anh. Some of the narration said actually she was, at that point she was going to fight the disbelievers. And then when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw her going there, he didn't want her to see the body of her brother out of mercy on her, so he tried to stop her. And another narration, no, she heard that he was killed, and then she went to saw his body. And then either way, Prophet ﷺ commanded her son, Zubair ibn Awam, to stop her and then her back, and then she obeyed the Prophet ﷺ command. And she was perfect, she accepted the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala perfectly, and she was out of the patient at that point. Okay, then another narration from her comes in the Ghazwat al-Khandaq, the trench, or al-Ahzab, and this is didn't come yet. Do you know, anyone know which year is it? That's too far. Huh? Close. 5. You're leaving, so you don't have any. Oh, you have there. You're still here. Yes, 5. Okay. So what happened here is that in Ghazwat al-Khandaq, and her narrations come through the following story. Al-Ahzab al-Khandaq, right? Yeah, so basically this is the Medina, right? And Medina is surrounded by mountains or harrat. It's basically volcanic mountains of volcanic rocks. From the south, you have Banu Qurayza and Basatin, the Banu Qurayza or Jews' lands at that time. And then basically they were attacked from the north. So the Muslims dug the Khandaq or the trench to protect them. And then all the disbelievers came from the top. So here in the south of Medina, there was different, there were different forts. Some of the forts belonged to the Jews, and some of the forts would actually belong to the people of Medina. So in one of the forts, the Muslims took the kids and ladies to put them inside the forts to protect them from the invasion, because especially they were afraid, Prophet ﷺ was afraid that the Jews will betray him, which actually happened. So they took them to one of the forts to protect them. In one of the narrations, it's not, the narration is not super strong. It has a lot of issues in it. It has some discontinuity in it. It was mentioned that the disbelievers or the enemies sent some scouts from the behind and went to check that fort. And there were some scouts outside, and then sent one of them into the fort. And inside the fort there was only ladies and kids. Sayyidah Safyah was very quick thinking. She said, okay, if that person stayed in and left the fort alive, basically they're gonna go in and then kill us all. So quickly she found a weapon or found like some pole or something, and she hit him very hard. She killed him. Then she asked for the help for the kids and actually threw his body off from the fort down the hill. So when the enemy saw that, they thought, okay, there are some troops inside to protect the fort, and they ran away. So she saved the ladies and kids, through her fast, quick thinking. Again, the narration is mentioned in some of the book of Sirah, but it has some weaknesses in it. Please. Uh-huh. It's not in narration there, yeah, I know. I didn't want to mention it because again there's a weakness in it. He said, I'm not one of these fighters, etc. Yeah. Yes, yes. That's correct. I did mention the part of Hassan ibn Thabit because there is weakness. Hassan ibn Thabit because of the weakness in the narration, because again it's actually, some people say portray him as coward because he didn't do that, so I don't want to mention that part basically. Yeah. Yeah, he said. And some scholars said, oh, he was not in their end to start with. So this is why it's part of the weakness in it. Now, her death, inshallah, we'll conclude here for her, inshallah. Her death, she died in Medina in the year 20 after Hijrah. At that time, as we mentioned, she was 73 years old, so she is almost the same age of Prophet Muhammad. She was a famous poet. We mentioned a few abiyat from her, and then this is actually one of her famous abiyat. That's actually she mentioned after the death of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She's basically asking her eyes to cry more and feel sadness, or feel sad for the death of Prophet Muhammad. They're very, very nice. When you read them, it's hard to translate poetry, but when you read them, it's very, very, very nice, mashallah. Okay, let's go down with our quick check. Okay, this is the part of Sayyidah Safyah radiallahu anha. Inshallah, we'll continue as Zubair next time. Okay, last time in our series, we started with, remember the list that we had at the beginning, the ranking of the companions. We take the list and then apply it and then check it for our guiding star of the night and see if they're part of that or not. Was she one of the earliest to accept Islam? Yes or no? Yes, she was early believers. Did she spend or struggle before Al-Hudaybiyah Treaty? Basically, did she accept Islam early enough before Hudaybiyah Treaty? Yes. Was she Muhajireen or Ansar? She was Muhajireen. Was she the people of Badr? We don't know, right? It was not mentioned because you people of Badr is only 313. All of them are men. Remember, Prophet ﷺ gathered the army quickly. They were all men, so for sure she was not part of it. Was she the people of Uhud? Yes. Was she one of the people who gave the pledge of allegiance under the tree? Bay'at al-Ridwan. We don't know. Actually, I don't know. I tried to look at it and I couldn't find proof for that. Is she one of the 10 who were given the glad tidings of Jannah? For sure not. Is she one of the ladies of the house of Prophet ﷺ? Yes or no? This is tricky. Huh? She's aunt, but is she the house of Prophet ﷺ? Ya Nisa al-Nabi, is that ayah for her or not? It's question mark, I don't know. You can say, because she's the direct aunt, yes, but she is not directly in the house of Prophet ﷺ that give the direct command in Quran, his wives and his daughters. So, maybe, right? Sorry, a specific companion or giving glad tidings, there was no specific narration for her that she is in Jannah, so not in that category. Okay, but she checked, mashallah, 4 out of the list we have here. If you remember last time, he checked almost everything, right? Except of course the ladies of the house, but after that, and Bay'at al-Ridwan because he was killed before Bay'at al-Ridwan. Okay, now the exercise, and this is the last of today. Okay, we need to vote based on what we know from about Sayyidah Safyah radiallahu anha. What are the attributes or the attributes that we can take her as our role model for? Bravery and courage. Okay, what else? Does everyone agree bravery and courage? Hussein? Wisdom. Okay, it's good. What else? Huh? Bravery and courage. We have 2 for bravery and courage. Patience because of Sayyidina Hamza. Okay, that's a valid point. Leadership. It's not super clear. She has the qualities, but did not materialize much. Sister, you have any contribution? Coaching, in what sense? Yes, protecting the property, and then also pushing the Muslims back to war. So that's a leadership. Yeah, Jazakallah khair, good point. Sure. Sure, but one is the one that's if you all vote about one, if you take votes. We have here leadership, we have bravery and courage, and we have patience and determination. Let's vote on these. Huh? Self-discipline. Yeah? Self-discipline and also discipline others as well, right? Okay, so which one? We need to vote on one. We're going to put it on the table that she is our role model for. I hear 2 for bravery. Does everyone agree for bravery? 3 for bravery. 4, 5, 6. 6 for bravery. So that's 6 for bravery, and that's good. And then keep this in mind when you go to Az-Zubair ibn Awam radallahu anh, because you're going to see close connections, inshallah. Okay, Jazakumullah khair. We'll stop here, inshallah, and then, inshallah, continue next time on Az-Zubair ibn Awam, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر جزاكم الله خيرا